Welcome back, guys, for this update. In this update, Anna is finally going to tell him what really happened on the New Year's Eve, so stick until the end of the video, and let's get right into it. I discovered my wife of 7 years is cheating on me. She doesn't know that I know. Update 9. Lawyers meeting. Last week, Anna's lawyer scheduled a preliminary negotiation with me and my lawyer that took place earlier today. They said that, in the spirit of reconciliation, I could give Anna a list of questions about the affair. My lawyer said that they would probably filter and curate her answers, so she does not look guiltier than she already is. That's a good sign, because they are admitting to the affair, but not to the degree of the affair. I decided to only ask one question. What happened on New Year's Eve? Be as detailed as possible. I'm only asking that because she knows that I know she was with Liam after accusing her that night, and I was just wondering why she left in her car, went to Liam's house in his car, and then came home at roughly 1:30 a.m. in her car. I know they had a hotel reservation. I just wanted to use this as a litmus test to see if she would tell me the truth, and it's also just something I'm curious about. The logistics of the thing. That's the only question I asked, and my lawyer laughed and said that it's probably not what they were expecting. Any other questions would be either pain shopping on my part or filtered through lawyers to remove all meaning. Since my mother-in-law and Anna were going to be there, I felt like I would be a coward if I didn't show up. Her lawyer asked permission to bring mother-in-law along because she is Anna's emotional support animal, and I said yes. I told my lawyer I wouldn't be talking to them, and she said good in that. I didn't have to show up at all, since it was kind of an informal meeting. But if I did show up, that I would need to shut the F up. I went to my GP for some kind of anti-anxiety short-term meds, and he prescribed me 3 pills that I won't mention here. He said to take one at most an hour before the meeting, and to take one the day before to make sure I was ready for the effects when they happen. I took it, and it just made me sleepy. I was just at home at the Airbnb, and didn't interact with anything that would make me anxious, though. So we had the negotiation today around 10 a.m. I popped the pill an hour beforehand, and Bob drove me to my lawyer's office and waited outside for the circus to end. Angry, anxious me was replaced by floaty me. Floaty me is the coolest. I was wearing the $3,000 suit Anna bought for me, with Liam's money and the $500 loafers and $300 leather belt, plus a $175 white silk shirt. Yeah, me and my buddies looked it all up. Thanks for the gear, Liam. I pitched in $10 for a nice cotton t-shirt underneath and some $4 boxer briefs. I spoil myself. I was feeling vaguely nauseated on the way to the meeting. I chalked it up to nerves. Floaty me sat there with my lawyer until Anna, mother-in-law, and her lawyer walked in. We introduced ourselves. I said, "Nice to meet you too." The lawyer out of reflex, and he smiled like, "No, you are not." Anna, as expected, looked well put together but tired. She had her hair up in a carefully crafted blonde ponytail, and was wearing a very short black dress with a suit jacket. Anna looked at me with a pained expression and did her fake smile. She was shaking slightly the whole time and taking these deep breaths periodically. She didn't say anything, but she sure looked like she wanted to. Anna's mom was dressed in a nice sundress, and she had done her makeup and hair, or Anna had done it. She smiled at me genuinely and reached for me, but then held back like she realized I was the enemy today. I gave her a little smile and wave. My lawyer said that Anna's lawyer told her they had an offer for me. Anna's lawyer said yes, and pulled a piece of paper out of his bag and read off the offer before handing it to my lawyer. Anna will reimburse the full amount of $10,000 to the Joint Marital Emergency Fund, previously withdrawn without my knowledge or consent in 2020 to support her business during COVID. She will pay for my legal fees incurred to date and up to the conclusion of the reconciliation period. We will participate in 9 months of individual and couples counseling. To be fully paid for by Anna, selection of licensed professionals shall be mutually agreed upon. During the reconciliation period, cohabitation is encouraged, but not mandatory. We agree to maintain respectful communication and allow for flexibility in living arrangements in accordance with our well-being. If, after 9 months, I still want a divorce, I retain the reimbursed emergency fund. Anna waives any claim to spousal support. Anna affirms no interest or legal claim to my dad's residence or related property. All marital liquid assets, for example, joint checking or savings, investment accounts, household items, and Anna's individual retirement account shall be divided equitably, excluding my 401k. Personal gifts, inherited property, and premarital assets shall remain separate. We agree to enter into a mutual non-disparagement agreement, assuring that neither party will make defamatory or damaging statements about the other in public, private, or online forums. Too late for this one, right? I guess I would have to delete everything, but I think I have changed enough, especially the names, that would give me plausible deniability. In the event of divorce, we agree to proceed under a no-fault basis with mutual consent. Yeah. No. Floaty me thought, hey, they want me to reboot the shittiest year of my life and relive it. Great. Then the lawyer handed me an envelope and told me that it was the answered questions from Anna. There was only one question. Floaty me said thanks and slipped it in my suit pocket. My lawyer said that we will take the offer under advisement and have an answer for them soon. But first we had some questions we wanted cleared up. Anna's lawyer said they had some questions to clear up as well. My lawyer deferred to Anna's lawyer and told him to go ahead and ask his questions. Anna's lawyer asked me why I felt the need to put a GPS tracker on Anna's car. I had taken the VAR out of the car and left it out when I got the evidence I needed for Anna's affair. I kept the GPS tracker in the car for the PI and didn't have an opportunity to grab it later. It ran out of charge, I think. And I've let the subscription lapse, so the lawyer must have gotten the bright idea to examine Anna's car carefully. My lawyer interjected and said the car was owned jointly by the both of us, and I was the primary payer of the car note. I was concerned about Anna's well-being due to her unusual behavior, and that any and all evidence we have that will be submitted to the court has been legally obtained. Anna's lawyer acknowledged that, and then asked me why I informed Nora's husband about her involvement with Anna's affair. How did I know that Nora was involved? Anna's lawyer told my lawyer that he would like to hear it from me. Fortunately, my lawyer coached me about it, and I said that Anna had a history of leaning on Nora for support. When I saw signs something was wrong and noticed how Nora acted around me, I put two and two together. Her lawyer nodded like, yeah, that's certainly words that came out of your face and weren't coached at all. My lawyer told Anna's lawyer that we would need Anna's business financials as a part of discovery, and he said they anticipated that and handed over a folder of papers. My lawyer then pulled out a folder of the credit card records and put it on the table and told Anna's side that we know she had a Visa, Infinite card in her name that was billed to Liam's wedding venue business. Anna immediately tensed up and froze wild-eyed. Anna's mom's head snapped to stare at her. Anna's lawyer cleared his throat loudly and blinked like 700 times. My lawyer started reading off hotel charges and dates and asking why those charges and dates coincided with meetings with Liam in her appointment book. Anna started shaking and stammering. Her lawyer instructed her to be silent. He said that they were not aware of any credit card and that they were not notified of this evidence. My lawyer told them that they were notified now and handed him another folder with copies of the credit card records. My lawyer then talked about the charges in December that included the toy store and asked if she bought me and her family Christmas gifts with the card. Anna was breathing heavily and had a nice flop sweat forming. Not a good look, Anna. Not a good look at all. Her mom said what? And Anna's lawyer cleared his throat like a magician's assistant who knows the trick is about to fail. My lawyer then asked if Anna recognized the clothes I was wearing, and could she point out in the card records which charges coincided with them. Anna stood up and looked like she was about to bolt. Her lawyer looked annoyed. My lawyer then asked Anna about the $175 charge at the adult toy superstore, and Anna's lawyer sighed heavily and said that he felt that the meeting had stopped being productive. Simultaneously, Anna's mom looked down at the floor, said, "Oh God," and got up and left the room, her hand over her mouth. Knowing my mother-in-law, the "oh God" was more of a prayer than an expletive. At the same time the adult superstore was mentioned, Anna started going crazy and saying she can explain. It's not what I think. Anna's shame has entered the chat. So I had taken the pill an hour before the meeting on an empty stomach, and my stomach was now filing for divorce too. I hurried over to the small trash can, picked it up, and vomited into it. Not much came out other than the expensive bottled lawyer water I had drank earlier. Afterwards, I sat down casually like, nah, I didn't just vomit into a trash can. You were seeing things while Anna was asking if I was sick and if I was okay. I ignored her. Anna started sobbing and apologizing and asked to speak with me privately while her lawyer comforted her awkwardly while shushing her and herding her out of the room. Taking the folder and a copy of our offer that my lawyer launched at him as he was gathering his stuff. His face was the color of a tomato, Floaty me observed. I was still sitting there after the door shut, and my lawyer grabbed Anna's business records and told me that she was right. It would be a short meeting. Floaty me looked at my lawyer silently for a bit and pointed at the vomit trash can. Can we make that part of our offer too? For the first time since I met her, my lawyer started really laughing hard, like a stomach holding laughter. She said she will mention it. As to our offer, here it is. No spousal support. 1 trash can with maybe 2 cups of watery puke in it. No claim to my father's house, obviously. Anna reimburses to me half the charges on Lame's card, excluding anything that benefited me, which would be around $15,000. No access to my investments or retirement. Anna gives my lawyer a signed affidavit or witness testimony stating that Liam knew she was married, actively encouraged the affair, tried to influence her decisions, including what to tell me, and that he exploited her emotionally. I assume it's for Lisa's divorce. Mutual non-disparagement agreement. It's an at-fault divorce with Anna's adultery being a matter of record. As to why we are asking for half the credit card charges, Anna didn't just have an affair. She used another man's money to finance a fantasy marriage with me. She bought me gifts, paid our bills, covered up her affair by playing the role of the generous, successful spouse, while the guy she was sleeping with footed the bill. I didn't consent to that. That money wasn't just financial deception. It was emotional and sexual manipulation. She used it to control the narrative, keep me off the scent, and make herself look like the ideal wife while she was cheating. So no, we are not saying Liam owes me anything. We are saying Anna does because she used that money as a tool of fraud inside the marriage. The issue is not who paid the card bill. It's who weaponized the money to destroy the marriage and who got played. As to what Anna said happened on New Year's Eve, it was something I couldn't have guessed. Anna said she actually did go to the Bridezilla's get-together in order to make an appearance. She was invited but not required to be there like she told me. She met Liam there, because it was he who introduced her to the Bridezilla and got her that gig. Liam had a business relationship with Bridezilla's dad and was invited as well. Liam and Anna left the venue separately, but met in the parking lot, and Liam gave Anna a ride to the hotel because she had been drinking. Instead of going to the hotel, though, Liam insisted they go to his home instead, despite her protests. She didn't want to antagonize him, so she went along with it, but complained the whole time about getting out of there by 11:30. They went to his place. He FaceTimed his wife. They had a very unsatisfying night together in his marital bed. Her words, and he drove her back to the venue where the New Year's Eve Bridezilla family get-together was, which was empty by that time. She drove home, having sobered up some. Nauseating, but it's what I needed to hear. I'd assumed they went to the hotel, forked, and then again at his place. Turns out, they skipped the hotel entirely. He drove her straight to his house, under the guise of needing to FaceTime his wife at midnight and to defile their marital bed. Romantic, right? At least she didn't enjoy herself, though, right? Right? It makes all the difference, right? Is it the truth? I don't know. She could tell me the sky is blue, and I would still Google it. After reading it, I gave it to my lawyer and told her she could use it in Lisa's divorce from Liam if she wanted to. I don't know the legalities of the situation. So we are now in a holding pattern until they come back with anything regarding our offer, or a new offer. Update, just got off the phone with mother-in-law. Her lawyer has dumped them. Surprise, surprise. Their lawyer was basically a friend of a family friend who was giving them a good deal. We're trying for a reconciliation. Anna was not forthcoming about how deep in it she was. Mother-in-law said that before our meeting yesterday. She just knew that it was not over between Anna and I, and that Anna was tricked and coerced by a big bad wolf into doing things she would never do normally. After the meeting, she said the lawyer was kind of cold towards them and said that when they talked to their next lawyer, they need to tell him everything. He then dropped them as clients. Adultery subreddit pro tip: tell your lawyer everything. They do not give a fork if you are a piece of crap as long as your money is legal currency. If they are a good person and you are a piece of crap, they will either not take you on or arrange a legal way to face the consequences with as little negative impact as possible. Anna tried texting me and making lame excuses. She said that early on in their relationship, Liam sent her to an adult store as an errand to pick up an adult toy. She was not specific about it, and I'm no contact with her, so I didn't ask. She loves me. We have plans. Can't I forgive her? I finally broke the silence and told her to direct all communication through my attorney and blocked her latest number. Mother-in-law said she looked at the credit card statements and asked Anna about them, but Anna was just sobbing and crying and said she didn't want to talk about it. Mother-in-law said she can't even look at her and asked me, "Who is this person?" I told her that she's still her daughter, and I think we both know that she's struggling right now. She really needs to keep a close eye on her. Mother-in-law said that Anna cried late into the early morning and passed out finally. She said that father-in-law was shit-talking me for breaking his little girl's heart. Mother-in-law defended me but didn't tell father-in-law the truth about his daughter being a sugar baby. She says she doesn't know how to have that conversation with him because it will crush him. I told her that she and her daughter need to go get into therapy and maybe even see a medical professional, then take father-in-law to the therapist with them and talk about it there. She says they have been talking to a Christian counselor. I asked her if he has training or does he just read from the Bible, and she said he has training. I told her to go see someone who has access to a prescription pad, too. My lawyer told me that if I spoke to anyone from Anna's side, to encourage her to write an affidavit about Liam. I told my lawyer that it's kind of cold to try to get me to help her in Lisa's divorce, right? Now, but my lawyer said the affidavit could help me too. So I told Anna's mom that if Anna wants to get back at Liam, that she needs to write the affidavit so that Lisa can ass-whoop Liam in her divorce. So I guess we are pretty much stuck until they can find a new lawyer. That's where things stand for now. Credit card evidence on the table. One lawyer already quitting, and divorce negotiations about to get messy. If you want to keep following this roller coaster, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next update. Your support means the world to me. Thanks for watching.